Hey everyone, this is Rachel and I am experimenting here today. I watched Missy Whidden do this on her channel and I thought it sounded like a super awesome idea. So I have this pucker up pink Dazzlerz and I'm going to take my brayer and I'm just going to smoosh it down and just make a big messy square for it as a base layer for my photo. Now, the cool thing about doing this is normally Dazzlerz take a really long time to dry, but by squishing it all out like this, it dried super quick, so yippee yay. And now I've cut away and come back, so this is now dry. At first I think I'm going to use this fancy pants line called Summer Fun. This is a photo of my nephew and a whole bunch of people on boats as they do crew. Or rowing, if crew doesn't make sense to you. But I decide the colors just aren't right, so I switch over to this Amy Tangerine sketchbook collection I have. This was from a friend of mine who has passed away, and her husband very nicely gifted all of us, a whole bunch of us, the women I went to the crop with and outside of Dazzlerz. If you watch me all the time, you'll probably know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so her husband donated a whole bunch of stuff, and we all chose one or two collections that we would use for ourselves. Okay, getting back to the layout, I choose that multicolored feather paper as a mat, and then I'm going to use this gray piece with, it's got a grid on it, and then like little open-ended stars, and I decided to keep the branding strip on the bottom because I thought that was super cute. And now I'm seeing if it needs another layer, and I think it does. I just didn't want that blue layer because there was blue and gray on the grid piece. I wanted to choose a warmer color in order to bring in the pink that I'm using, the pucker up pink Dazzlerz that I'm using. So I choose that hot pinkish red squiggle pattern. I don't know if there's another word. And then I see these doodle border paper, and I decide I'm going to add that as well. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to fussy cut that blue part, and I've mentioned before that I'm not a very good fussy cutter, and I'm trying to do this so you guys can see it. It doesn't work out super awesome. I end up having to pull it in and then like fix a lot of the mistakes I made. So when I get back, it will be complete. Ta-da! So I'm going to have that go across not all of my layout, but a good section of it. So I'm happy with my paper choices right now, so I'm going to go ahead and start to glue things down. And a lot of the times when I've built up multiple layers that I haven't glued down yet, what I do is I start from the top and I just glue each section down, so I like the way it looks in the end. Now I'm also going to fussy cut out these cameras. It's hilarious how much I dislike fussy cutting compared to how much I actually do fussy cutting, especially recently. I've been doing a lot of fussy cutting recently, and it's hilarious because I seriously dislike it a lot. Alright, so I'm going to do a little bit on camera, but then I'm going to go ahead and cut away. And now here we are with all of our cameras nicely fussy cut. Excuse me. Alright, I pull out this little box of stuff I have, and this layout was actually done back in October, right after I got back from my crop. So this is actually something I had packed for the crop that I went to, and I just hadn't put it back into my stash. I knew, however, I had a flare in there that said splash, and so I thought that was perfect. I also have that big pink ampersand. That is from a Freckled Fawn blooper kit that I bought, along with that arrow wood veneer and then the smaller teal ampersand as well. I figured there are enough people in there that I could use and twice. So I'm making up 3 embellishment clusters using those cameras and the various things I pulled from my little box of goodies, as one would say. So now I've got everything pretty much how I want. I am going to use a roller stamp, and what I'm doing right now, I honestly have no idea. Let's see. Oh, I'm looking for my alphas for my title. I pull out these Fitzgerald stickers, and they are in 2 different colors. One is teal, and one is turquoise. And I know I don't want to do, my title is going to be #Crew Squad, because, you know, they're teenagers and that's how they talk. So I'm going to do part of the title in the Fitzgerald and then part of the title in this Alex font, which is by Amy Tangerine. And hallelujah, I used a Q. Woot woot. I get super excited when I use less usable letters. And then I'm trying to decide whether I want the turquoise or the teal for the first part of my title. So while I'm doing that, I'm just going to go ahead and start gluing all my stuff down. I'm super happy with the way this turned out. It is super bright, super fun, very energetic, which is what I want. This photo is not a photo I took. It is a photo that I got off my nephew's Facebook, and he said this photo took a long time for them to actually get done. Their coxswains had to turn around because, I don't know if you're familiar with crew at all, the coxswains face the opposite direction of the rowers. So for everyone to face forward, it was a bit tumultuous. Let's talk about the actual layout. And so I use some Simple Stories Snap to tile stickers to spell out the word fall, and then I added the year because I never use numbers, so whenever I actually remember to do it, I try to do it. So here I am trying to decide, and I do decide that the teal goes better than the turquoise, so I'm going to use the hashtag and then the letters for crew. Once I get that down, I'm not sure what I do next. As I said, I did this back in October. I probably should have watched it all the way through before I tried to voice over it, but no, of course I didn't actually do that. I think I have some more stuff to glue down. I never did this embellishment cluster below the title. Once I do that, what happens? Ooh, let's find out together. Well, right now I'm searching for a pop dot. Oh my goodness, people, I don't know how you can stand the suspense. I mean, this is just like the most amazing voiceover ever. Apparently, I didn't glue down a lot before. I got distracted by using numbers on my layout. I really don't ever use, I'm going to do some misting. Okay, so I pull out my little mini Heidi swap, and I'm going to do several colors. I'm going to do pink, which is a very bright pink, and then I believe the other one I choose is mint. Now, for some reason, mint is actually a very dark color rather than, mint. If you actually want mint and you're going for Heidi Swap Color Shine, go for the Seafoam, or if you want a darker mint, go for the Patina. The darkest out of all of those actually is the mint. Now, I used my roller stamp. Yay me! I don't actually remember what I stamped. It might just be a line of stars, but that's gonna do it for me today. No, it's not. I'm going to also add some enamel dots. These are from Echo Park Let's Be Mermaid. They are glitter enamel dots in colors like teal and purple and raspberry, and they're super awesome. So thank you guys so much for joining me here today. Flick me a thumbs up if you can. Sorry for the randomness. Have a great day, everyone, and bye!